Paper has an incredible ability to capture the imagination. First, it captures the light source, and its features can change so quickly by bringing the paper to life, by breathing.
I love the way that it strips away all of the non-essentials. The onion is peeled down to the heart of what theatre is, so thank you very much.
I love the paper. I'm an art teacher, so the part about seeing the paper come alive was really fascinating for me.
I really liked the warm-ups that had to do with crossing over the hemispheres of the brain, because that's so important to the kids, so I really liked learning some new ones like that.
I love the way you married both the brain gym, the marriage of brain gym and yoga, and I thought it was very, very effective.
And what I found the most interesting was the evolution of the character once it was created, how everything can shift only because of a little detail was added to the storyline.
Je pense que tout le monde a adoré. D'abord, il y avait le travail sur le cerveau et la gymnastique, c'était bien pour se mettre en condition et pour être plus créatif, plus imaginatif. Et moi j'ai adoré, les enfants aussi. On regarde ce papier, c'est plus du papier, c'est vraiment un vrai personnage.
But you seemed to cram so much into it. The kids were just engaged the whole time and really excited, and the whole time I was thinking, what can I bring back to my drama class?
I really love the way the light hits the puppet and creates eyes and features and skin wrinkles.
How powerful it is to sort of reach into your subconscious somehow to extract this personality out of a lifeless being and give it life, and to watch others do that too.
I think this workshop was amazing, especially with all the exercises and how you were able to really make us relax. I mean, the point when one was really able to just close one's eyes and go to sleep at the point where you made us come down. But how the crushed paper gives so much power.
To me, it's so interesting using it without language, with language, and the variety of ways that there's so much flexibility in using that.
Beaucoup apprécié l'atelier et je regrette beaucoup que les enfants n'aient pas eu plus de temps, parce qu'on sent qu'ils commençaient à s'habituer au processus de création vers la fin, au moment où il fallait tout arrêter. Et aussi leur laisser le temps de faire des erreurs. Aussi, je pense que ça c'est très important.
And I really loved making the puppet in the group, and how the different personalities of the people in the group had to become either secondary or form the part of the new personality of the puppet. And I found that just fascinating, that 4 different people doing this puppet together created this new personality without saying anything to each other as they did it. Just marvelous, just loved it.
Quelle vie ils ont mis dans leur papier. Quel monstre ils ont inventé avec ce papier.
But one thing that particularly amazed me is how a piece of paper could come up to life and have its own personality. There was a point where we were leaving the puppet we just created, and it was like abandoning something that had been moving. So something was created like that.
Alors moi je trouve ça extraordinaire de pouvoir demander aux élèves de se cacher derrière ces créatures extraordinaires pour pouvoir dire, pour pouvoir exprimer tout ce qu'ils n'arrivent pas à dire normalement dans un cours.
I think this is a really great jump-off lesson, especially we have kids on computers all the time, and I think this is really good to get them off of that, to get their bodies moving, to get their imaginations moving, to get them working with something so simple that can be so powerful.
We've just had magic. We've just been in magic for 90 minutes. I can only repeat what my friends have said, far too short, great team building, amazing how people communicated building that. The 3 puppet, or 4 in some cases. We didn't talk to each other, we just did it. And we're also in here most of the time, so we were working from here. I feel really, really, really strongly that there's so many kids who are not necessarily academic. And this is like, it's what saved me way back when, so yeah.
And I just had one child say to me that was the best day at school we've ever had, so.
They have a creativity and a wish to learn that year after year they lose. So we are doing something wrong. They need to have fun.
I enjoyed this workshop a lot because we made something alive and creative. I was really excited. I was as excited as a long time ago when I was a kid, a very little kid, when life seemed to be mysterious and adventurous. And thank you for giving me back to childhood.
The most important thing about the puppet is that it can allow people an opportunity to express themselves, people that don't normally perform or don't normally want to tell their story or don't normally want to face an audience and do something. It gives them the freedom, because the puppet's one step removed from the real world, gives them the freedom and the confidence to tell a story and to perform something.
The simplicity, the creativity, and the use of the imagination was very inspiring.
History in the making.
So the story goes.